All right. What's up, everybody? So, look, about 13 years ago, I remember sitting in my truck, almost like I am right now, but I'm not in my truck, I'm in my car. I was sitting in my truck, worried about the academy. I was worried about my life. I was trying to figure out, how I was going to get more students. I'd already worked a full day as an electrician. Now I'm sitting here waiting for my daughter to get out of her lacrosse. But, things have changed over time, and I still had classes to teach that night. Bills were tight. I was already exhausted from work, knew I had to go pick up the kids, knew I had to go do more work at the academy. Just exhausted, stressed, all of those things. My wife at the time felt like, she was like a single mom because she was taking care of all the kids and I was doing all the work. She was also working a full-time job, taking care of 3 kids. You know, Basically just feeling almost sick in nerves and stress and all of those things. And at that time, I think the academy had been stuck sitting around maybe 75 students for almost 2 years at that point. So, no matter how hard I worked, no matter how hard I did, try to get more students, all of those things, nothing really changed what happened in the business. Like, I would get some students, we would lose some students. So every few months I'd hit the panic mode. I'd run some ads, not even running ads at that time, really. It was more just random, like, promotions, like sending out an email, post something on social media, maybe put some road signs out. That was like one of our old hacks that we would do all the time when we needed more students. But, maybe we'd pick up a few. But then what would we do? After that point, we would end up stopping again. So we would stop doing the work, right? We would go back to the same thing. We'd teach the classes, and then, we would stop marketing, and basically once those things started to take off or start to kind of suffer again, then we would, again, start to pick it up and try to post some stuff and start to do some stuff. But it wasn't until I felt like we were drowning again that we would go and put all of the work back into the program or try to get more students. So looking back now, that cycle was killing me, right? It was stress. It was crazy. That cycle was happening not because we were lazy, just because we didn't know better, right? It wasn't like we didn't care. We just didn't really understand how business worked at that time. We thought, all we had to do is be a good instructor, and, people were going to refer people, and word was going to get out, and, the business would be successful. And obviously that wasn't the case, right? That wasn't enough for the growth that we were looking for. So, we had no systems, we had no roadmap, no real understanding, again, of how lead generation or sales, delivery, retention, any of those things actually worked. We just did the things to kind of patch what was going on at that time. So, we would just work hard, hope that things would get better and the stress would relieve. But that didn't always happen. Once we started to figure out, like, wow, we need some systems, we need some processes, that's when everything really started to change in the school. So what, I started to figure out was, most school owners are probably in the same thing. They're not stuck because they're lazy. They're not stuck because of lack of effort. Typically, they're stuck because they just don't know any better on the business side of things. No one ever handed them the playbook on how to be a better business owner, how to get leads, how to get sales, how to keep people longer. So what I want to do is, like, over the next few days, probably the next 10-ish days, I'm going to be kind of going through and sharing something I've never really packaged or put together before, but really is what has been the playbook that we've used at my academies and a lot of the Academy Kings that have used this as well. So I've never really organized it like this. So what I'm going to do is kind of put it all together for you and really just like hand feed it to you. So the system is really just a 5-part, what we call growth, academy growth system. So it's the exact system that we were using. And I'm just going to like give it to you. I'm going to kind of drip it out to you guys over the next 7 to 10 days, depending how long it takes to kind of get each one of those things out. But you know, it really kind of helped me and my business partners stop kind of that operating from kind of that survival mode. It was what allowed the growth of the academy. It helped us increase profit, hire staff, and really just kind of create the freedom for my family and myself that we have now. So it's not like a bunch of guru stuff. It's no like fake, you know, 10x this, no hype, no magic ads or marketing, anything like that. It's literally just the best lessons that I've learned kind of the hard way. So hopefully that's going to help you guys. I'm going to keep dripping these out, like I said, over the next 10-ish days. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll do my best to help you.